Now we're going to swing in and draw 4 cards. Down to 8. Yeah, Toski is just ridiculous. And we get a Nissa. What on earth? That's so crazy. All this from just... from 0. Hello everyone, it's time for me to help out one of my friends again. I really wanted to get my friend back into, well, to start Arena at all because he's just not interested in the grind. So I thought, why don't I just start again? Basically, he's not played anything, I don't think, or looks like he's played a little bit according to these daily kind of challenges. Just to prove it's not my account, you'll see his name here, Osming, compared to mine, which is Lone Wolf. No ranks at all, and yeah, let's just see what we're working with. My decks, my goodness. So these are all the pre-con decks, and they're all illegal, so I'll be eventually sorting these out, seeing what I can do to create him a historic Brawl deck. That is the intent here. So we're basically going from 0 to hero. See how many unopened packs we've got 3 here, and I was just going to talk about a little bit about the intimidation factor when you go into Arena starting from scratch. A lot of people don't know where to begin, but when you start, you do get a lot of freebies. I mean, if you just look at the emails here, we can see that it gives you quite a few bonuses, just random packs for no reason whatsoever. And this has taken over the fact that you used to have to put in codes to get packs, but then now you just press claim. And I think it's because people were kind of getting annoyed that you had to put the code in, and everyone would do them anyway. So there was kind of like no reason to, you know, go and get the code from an external source. The codes are basically internal source now. So I'm just going to skip ahead. I want to open all these and see how many booster packs we get just from these free packs. Right. Okay. So I spent a bit of time opening up all those packs you get from emails, which is actually pretty exciting to see. And you can see here, this is all the boosters you get just for starting the game. So please don't be too intimidated when you start the game. My friend, he did download this game a while ago, and it's just not really touched it. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty similar experience, I think, to new starters. Don't quote me on that. I don't have other accounts to check. But yeah, this is a hell of a lot of boosters. This is a lot of boosters. So let's just open them all and see how many wildcards we get. Ideally, we want as many rare and mythic wildcards as possible. So this is going to take a while as well, apparently, but if you enjoy the booster pack opening experience, then this might be for you. So as you can see, we're getting a lot of pretty cool cards here. But yeah, this might actually take a while. I wish there was a button that said open all, that actually opened all. Oh, we actually got fetch land, that's epic. So yeah, I'm probably going to fast forward this bit because although some of you may enjoy experiencing this booster pack opening, it's not the intent of the video, so we're just going to skip ahead to the end, and then we're just going to see how much good stuff we got. And my goodness, we just got an Ashiok, that's pretty good. So let's see what happens when we open them all. Okay, so we've opened a hell of a lot of boosters, and it's kind of crazy to see how many cards you actually get just from the initial pack openings. You know, there's a lot of cards here to work with. We can definitely work with this. The mythics is a bit insultingly low. The rares is as well, but that's just the way the game is. It's how they want to get the money out of free-to-play players. But yeah, this is from a free-to-play perspective. If you're an absolute millionaire, feel free to drop your wallet into this game, and you're still going to have a fantastic time. It's just going to be a bit faster. It's not necessarily going to make you a better player, though, because I would say that time equals skill, and you could have the best cards in the world, but if you don't know how to pilot them, you're going to have a hard time. So the intent of this video really is to kind of make a deck that can do well as soon as possible. So this video is going to be a combination of trying to create a deck now that I think will be able to just do really well in Historic Brawl in particular. So where do we go here? It says Brawl. New deck. The layout's all different to what I'm used to. There we go. This is the layout I want. So what I would do at this point is just kind of look and see what mythics and rares you have unlocked. See what we can formulate that's going to be pretty I don't really want to use the word competitive, especially when you're just starting out. But there's definitely a lot of really crazy solid cards. I mean, look at the things we've unlocked. I mean, just by chance, we've got some epic green cards, and I know my friend Elliot absolutely loves green. I'd say green is his forte, but I like to look at just the whole range. We've even got a Roscoe. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I kind of want to do something new for the channel, but something that a new player would be able to get to grips with as well. I'm trying to hit a few angles here. Elliot is by no means a new player. He's been playing with myself Paper Magic over a decade, so he has experience. He's one of the best players I know. He just doesn't have time. Well, he doesn't want to spend time on arena, so I really don't know what to do here. I'm tempted to give him mono green. I mean, that hits 2 sectors as well because mono green is easier for the land base, right? So what if we did just go for firing axe? Or is that just obnoxious? What if we just go for Nissa? Because my channel's not gone for Nissa before. That would be pretty cool. Or Toski. Toski gives you the advantage of... Well, it gives you card advantage. Let me just have a think about that for a sec. So it's at this point that, yeah, looking at the rares and mythics will shape how your deck is made. And we have an unfathomable amount of rares and mythics considering we've literally just started the game. As I said, he's barely played it. So I'm going to put some stuff in, maybe explain some of the choices just to see how, how the justification goes, basically. So rares and mythics, awesome stuff. Shape of Century, really good. Whenever one of your creatures becomes targeted, you get to draw a card. This is the cheapest cost you could ever get for a card, and it's so powerful because as soon as people start targeting your stuff to remove it, you get to draw a card, which is impossibly... It's just unfathomably good, this card. I just don't see it used very much, and it's very demoralizing. You see it's turn 1 and you're playing against a creature build. It's very difficult to get rid of, and your Toski's indestructible as well, so when they target it, it's probably going to be stuff that's not really going to matter, like tapping it or bouncing it due to desperation. We're going to put Gala Greeters in, 100%. It just lets you do so much whenever another creature comes in. You get to ramp, gain life, put counters and stuff. Putting counters on Toski is going to be really good just to make it bigger, make it stronger, bigger threat. Lotus Cobra is just wonderful as well. Whenever land comes in, you get to add 1 colour of mana as well, so it kind of doubles your mana. And what else can we look into here? We could go down a counter sub-theme if we really wanted to. I'd like to do that at the end just because it's difficult to know if we have enough support. But we're going to give us stuff that's more generic. Tribute to the World Tree is really good. Creature comes in. If it's Power 3 or greater, you draw a card, which is already good for the rest of the deck. But if it's small and Power 3, puts 2 counters on it. So Toski comes in, you will be putting 2 counters on it. But that's fine because you'll have other cards in the deck that will trigger this. Nissa is also good as well. She's basically a 3-mana version of Lotus Cobra. But you also get Elves and Elementals if you play more lands over time. What else can we think of here? Gore Claw makes big things cost 2 less. We might be coming back to that. If we look at the top end, we definitely have some scary things. Marwyn's Kindred creates X Llanowar Elves. I mean, that's just insane. So we're going to put that in. Gulter. Yeah, I guess Gulter's a big, huge beater. As if we got Tyranites Rex. That's so good. Elliot's going to love this. He's a huge fan of green. Titan of Industry does so many things. Destroy stuff when it comes in. I mean, the thing is as well, because we're green, we can kind of go heavy on stuff. We'll put Varanclax in. I don't know about this card. Convoke. Yeah, it's okay. Titania's Command, that's good. Surican, Goreclaw. So yeah, we're just going to put lots of stuff in to start with. Trying to get like a nice curve going on. So a curve is basically how the deck looks visually. So you don't want it to be too stacked on either end. You kind of want a nice central focal point. About 2.5 mana is where I want to settle on for the most amount of cards. Blob, Shire. Shire's good. So these cards at the end here is probably what I'd call win cons. I've just realised that Thunderous Debut is essentially Tooth and Nail for 8 mana. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's a bit risky though. Kiki Archives gives us lots of bit more mana, so that is good. Gives you 2 mana of any colour, and then you get to draft a card from it, which is one of these cards, off-color cards, which you can still use in the deck because you've not put them in yourself. It's coming from another card. So yeah, even selecting one or two, which is just absurdly good. Froggymoth, I know Elliot likes that. I know his flavor. I know his tastes. Nature's Will. Whenever one could just deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that player controls on, tap all lands you control. I mean, that could be good. We can't be too picky, I suppose, because we don't have too many choices, do we? But yeah, let's put just random fun things in that. Drafts cards. This one creates map tokens, which we can then... So map tokens, what ones are they again? That's the one where, yeah, it makes a creature explore. So that could put more counters on Toski. The Mammoth. I guess we could put a Walker in, diversify the threats. And now we've got big creatures. Now we go back to Goreclaw, which makes our big creatures cheaper. It's pretty good. Howlpack Piper lets you put big creatures into play from your hand. That's kind of crazy as well. And yeah, that's some of the existing rares and mythics we have. I'm just gonna quickly pop on the filter to look at what we don't have, to see what really sticks out to me that I think is like a critical card that I want to craft for Elliot here. Now I can already see we've got Delighted Halfling, which is a 1-drop ramp, and the Goose, but there's alternatives to these that aren't rare, which I think we can get away with using. How is that lit up? I've chosen not collected. So how is that in the not collected? That's a bit strange. What else have we got? Intervention is good, but again, I'm not really interested in crafting that. It's not hugely impactful. Annoying that that's a rare, considering it's a common. After, and all the printings normally before this. Anthem is good. There's some really good. We get into like really awesome stuff here. Azusa. But can we get away from using our precious wildcards for other decks? Because we want to eventually be able to make other decks, you see. So we kind of want to unlock stuff that works in multiple decks. Kodama, that's a really good one. Let's just provisionally put that in there for now. Can use in multiple decks as well. Ronus. Ronus is really good in this deck because it's indestructible as well, and it can make Toski big enough to make Ronus attack. It's a pet card. What is this? Oh, it's a mythic. Or maybe we just dump all the rares into this one deck. Oh, fine. Me and Elliot have a history with Ronus. Ronus goes back a long way. It's one of his oldest commander decks, and it's one of his most fun. We're spending a mythic on that. It doesn't feel like a mythic, but wow, that is super cool artwork. Okay. Any rares? We want to get some rares down, really. Stomper is a good rare. I know what I'm looking for. Value card. Okay, Garden Project, that's definitely going to go in. Just stuff to draw. Replace, replenish. Questing Beast. That's also incredibly good, but is it worth Mythic? Maybe. It's just so good. The haste on it. Gargaroth also good. God Eternal Ronus also good. Nissa. That's just a rare. Okay, Nissa's going to go in. He's going to love this deck. I think you're going to be surprised when you see this deck, Elliot. The amount of stuff you can actually do here. With the limitations of starting a new game. And once we get into the upper echelons, starts to get a bit expensive. I suppose we could just do another Nissa. He absolutely loves Nissa. So yeah, let's just make this a love letter to Nissa. I mean, we could go for Last March of the Ents, which is just absolutely broken. What could we take out? Kodama? But in Last March? Henge? There's so many things, but we have so few options. Provisionally doing that. So things change over time, as you can see. And then you also have the rare lands. The Seiju is so good. We can use a rare on that. It's one of the best lands ever. Shadow Spear. Given stuff trample, I mean, that is very, very viable. And now we get into artifacts. I don't want to get too bogged down here, but yeah, okay. So far we've got 70 cards. We'll take one forest away. And I'm going to make the executive decision. I'm just going to craft these now. Sometimes you have to. I can assure you these cards are they're just good. Like if you make a green deck with this as a template, it's going to be great. So now we want to pad out the rest of the deck. Okay? And what do we want to do with the rest of the deck? So this does require a bit of work, but essentially you want to have lots of ramp. So if you're playing green, one of the best ones is Cultivate. And there's a lot of artworks to choose. Probably just go for the common one here. Or uncommon, should I say. We have a lot of uncommon. We've got 18. So we can definitely use that. And I forget the name of one. There's one that seeks a land into play, into the Settle the Wilds. That's also good. So that seeks a land, and it gives you a card as well. And that's really good. And then land, battlefield. This is a really good clause to type, especially if you just put in 2 mana. We have a few for this range here. Broken One is great. Destroy something, puts a land into play. Into the north, puts a snow land into play. Emergent Sequence. We also have Glimpse the Core. Where is Glimpse the Core? Although that doesn't say land, that says forest, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's a bit tricky. Sometimes you get caught up in the idea of something, but it's the worded differently to how you imagine. We'll just take this off 2, because we also have some 3 mana cards that do this as well. Pretty sure. What do we have? I could have sworn. Oh, so we're going back again to land battlefield. Spelled correctly. So yeah, this is something I can't just bestow upon you, the knowledge of cards, but it's just going to give you a rough idea of what, the templating of what can work. So just cards that come in and give you +1 land to the battlefield, it's just going to be invaluable. So Elvish Rejuvenator looks at the top 5. You put land from them into play. Got Grudge from the Ashes, does the same. Energies Restoration. Else? Roiling Regrowth. This can put a land into play and give you a 1/1. I've not actually used this before, but that seems okay. Especially when you start. Remember, when we start out, I have no idea how the algorithm's going to work. Tyler's Provisioner. Now, I did test this once in a video before, and I did hit some easier opponents. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen here, because the cards we're using are quite crazy. But these are the cards. I've not bought anything. These are all cards that are already here. So this puts 2 lands into play. So does Migration Path. Yeah, I think Elliot's going to absolutely love this. And then we're getting into more expensive stuff here. So as you can see, the curve is already looking really good for 3. So if we go for the word add, so now we're going to look for Mana Dorks, which we can unlock. So we've got Elvish Mystic, definitely include. Llanowar Elves, so they're 2 auto-includes. We could put in Jasper Sentinel, which adds mana, but it's a bit unreliable, this one. Not a huge fan. Utopia Sprawl, great. Put this on a forest, it attacks for 2 forests. Armor Scrap Gorge is fine as well. This can exile stuff from graveyards and give you mana, which I really do love that. So in the final 13 kind of cards now, you want to kind of get to the point where you feel fairly happy. Don't forget, you can always come back. Always come back to this. I think what we want to do now is go for fight effects, because it's green's only way of actually killing creatures, really. So I've got Blizzard Brawl, fight, Bushwhack, fight, and 1 mana is kind of like the bar here. Anything above that feels not as good, because you can do it at 1 mana. Why would you do it at 2? You know what I'm saying? That's a new fight one. That's cool. Prey Upon is fight as well. Are there any better versions of that, though? Target creature you control gets +2/+2 to turn of its power is 2. Then it fires. That's very specific for bears, specifically. Tail swipe. So they're all the 1-mana fights. I guess we could put Prey Upon in. But then you kind of want some stuff as well that also makes your stuff just deal damage. Deal damage equal to. This is crazy, right? This is power creep, because before this you had fight, which means both creatures hit each other and deal damage. This just straight up just deals damage. Like, your creature is not going to take anything back. So a lot of fights. Let's see what destroys we have, because we want to be able to destroy artifacts and enchantments as well. Oh, Attractor's Fall, fantastic. To get rid of just pesky artifacts, enchantments, and flyers. That's just the premium version of that. Canker Bloom's not bad as well. Plummet. Oh, Outland Liberator. I have to keep reminding myself that this is his first ever kind of deck for Historic Brawl. So we'll see what we come across. Rex Sage destroys something. Manglehorn destroys something. There is a new one, green one, which just says each opponent sacrifices. Yeah, this is stupid. Each opponent sacks an artifact, enchantment, or flyer. That could be pretty good. Doesn't let us target. Haywire Might does. 98. Maybe we want a way to give our creatures power boost. Gets. Just put the word gets. We've got 2 rares left. Let's put the rare filter on. So what could we put in to pump the team? Green creatures. Sylvan Anthem. I was eyeing this up earlier just because it gives you a bit of a power boost. I think we'll definitely put that into around the 2s. And the final card. So we've got one more rare if we really want to. Verdant Command. That's so crazy. Does a lot for 2 mana. Then draw a card that uses a number of differently named creature tokens you control. I don't know. You know. Maybe we just go for one of the... Oh, that's something I almost forgot. A little bit more ramp. So we've got Arcane Signet. Okay, we'll put that in. So we're at 100 now. Just have a quick glance over the deck. I'm pretty happy with the curve. Maybe the Key to Archive we didn't need, because we are green, and we don't want to just risk stuff blowing up. I think we'll just take that out. We'll have a quick review over the rares and mythics again, just so we can kind of make sure. Maybe we want another 4-drop or 5-drop just to kind of round it out a bit. Don't forget these filters, they are invaluable here. This is like Questing Beast, but not mythic. Maybe we just put that in. It's got one more. Right, let's just craft this and see what we have left. 2 rares. Okay, I think we're done, to be honest. So this deck's for you, Elliot. Let's see. It's got 40 land still, ramp, card draw, good stuff. Let's see how well we can do. I don't know what the algorithm's going to tell me or say. Are we just going to face Hell Q instantly? If we do, then it's absolutely controversial. But yeah, let's see how we do. Have some games, and we might come back and do a few edits just to see how well we do. I'm going to quickly interrupt this video to tell you this video is not sponsored. And because of that, the channel does need help from people like you. So if you do want to support the channel in your own way, you can like and subscribe, which is completely free. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can donate to the channel via my Ko-fi link below, or become a channel patron. And if you become a channel patron, you can get a custom video of your choice. Check out the details below. So yeah, this game is absolutely messed up. The first opponent we are facing is Sauron. Now, I don't know if this is going to be another new player. And I don't know if they're going to be an established player, but we're going to find out very soon. If this is the case, then it means the algorithm is incredibly harsh on new players. I mean, as I said, these cards, I didn't spend any money. As you saw, I opened all those boosters. So we're just going to have to see. Counter spell? No? Okay. Maybe it's just someone that likes Sauron. Although they do have a lot of rare lands. It's a Nazgul deck. Okay. That is scary. 3, 4, 5. Go for Nissa. I mean, we're okay for now, I guess. But, I mean, next time we're going to get Tyranids Rex. This is going to be able to be pretty good against them. If they're just a Nazgul deck, I don't know. We'll see. These are so expensive in paper as well. So expensive. And they can have 9 of them in the deck. So, a Braid. They cared more about the Nissa than the Ram. Okay, that's, I guess, yeah. Does this get counted, I wonder? What do we want to do here? Counters on each creature. I guess we'll go for the bears as well. Because now that whenever we attack with the bears, we're going to be able to draw cards as well. So as long as we can keep drawing cards, it's going to be great. This is actually a pretty crazy card. Make 2 4/4s, basically. Nazgul. Now, next turn they are going to get Sauron out, which is scary. They're going to offer the trade. I will trade 1 for 1, that's fine. We only lose 1 out of this. Unless they have a kill spell. That's fine. Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, they've got Death Touch. Oh, fair enough. My bad. My bad. Well, at least I won't have any creatures left after this. I'll tell you what, the Nazgul are pretty effective at... They're pretty effective at blocking our Toski deck, I have to say. And here comes the Sauron. I really don't know how we're going to deal with this, to be honest. Yes, this could be quite concerning. Let's just draw a card, I guess. Armored Scrap Gorger. We have to attack with this. I feel like we're just going to lose to the Sauron because we can't get through. We could just do some more ramping in their turn, yeah. We don't want them to hit us with the army token. Man, I'm kind of flummoxed by this. My head's going through 1,000,001 things here. I'm just trying to think. I can't work out what kind of player I'm facing. Is this an established player? Let's just see the cards. It's just a flavor build. Okay, we've got the Attractors 4 for that. They are going to attack. Oh no, hang on a sec. Oh, that was stupid. I should have blocked. I'm making so many mistakes now. Yeah. I mean, I might as well be a new player with all the mistakes I'm making. I should have blocked first and then done that. Oh well. That could have cost me the game. That could have cost me the game, not blocking that when I could have. And they're not going to draw. 2 on the top. Ugh, losing life could be bad. Let's let them draw a card here. I guess we'll just draw a card. Carnage Tyrant. So we have to swing in here. Yeah, we're going to die to this. We are going to die to the Sauron. Well, let's definitely get the Carnage Tyrant out first. And destroy that. Man, that token. Oh, I'm so annoyed at myself. I mean, what can I do against them? It's a three-color deck, lots of different answers removal. Wow. Whenever enters this battlefield and whenever an army you control attacks at mass orcs. Jeez. Just imagine you're in my position and you've just started arena and this is the first opponent. I mean, maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe they want people to not play Magic ever again. Okay, this is ridiculous now. The first game. What the hell? Okay. Guess we're going to draw a card. Oh man, I'm so tempted to just quit. So tempted. We have to attack and it doesn't do any damage. I mean, what do you want me to say? And then just having a 9/9 randomly appear. And now it's going to be a 10/10. Okay, Marwyn's Kindred. Is that going to help? Going to make X land our elves. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to help. I mean, maybe it will help with the Glorious Sunrise and giving our whole team +1/+1 trample. Oh, no. We just lose the potential way out of this. That's such a shame. Jesus. Even more kill spell. It's just being kill spell, value. Attacking with everything. Wow, okay. There's no trample. That was a very strange attack, wasn't it? Is that a weird attack? Did they just... We have 10 on the swing back here. Down to 4. And another blocker. Is that even gonna... Wait, I'm really confused at that attack. That prior attack. With 12 minus 2 is 10. And they lose 2 anyway in their upkeep. What? So, I mean, that, strange enough, was the biggest indicator at their player level compared to deck level. Because although they had, they had the cards and the power, that attack was incredibly strange, obviously, because they didn't have any blockers up. I don't know what they were thinking. They could have had us there, just attacked with maybe 1 or 2 things. But attacking with the whole team, how strange. I don't know what to say. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Someone with a lot of money, but haven't played the game too much. We'll have to see another game. But yeah, I really did not expect to win that one. And to be honest, kind of demoralizing for the first ever game. Okay, we get to go first against Esper. So, second ever game. Another 3-color deck. Matchmaker. This matchmaker is ludicrous. But then again, maybe I don't know. Did I accidentally make a really powerful deck? I can't tell you. I've only used it twice. This is literally the second time I've used the deck. So, we'll have to see. I know that this is very powerful, though. That's for sure. One, 4. Let's just go for this before the Toski. And then we'll crack the map now as well. We want to make him big enough so we can fight the Zer, essentially. And land is actually kind of perfect because we have the Nissa. Yeah, this could be pretty awesome. So, Death Touch, Hexproof, Lifelink. So no, we don't want to trade. So first things first. Kill the Zer. Take them off their commander. Man, Sentinel is also a mini Titan. The fact it can make maps on enter and attack is very, very crazily good. I mean, if this is the case where I've just made a really powerful deck without playing the game or grinding whatsoever, then I don't really know how much of a struggle people will have. I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying how it's pay to win, but I've not spent any money, so don't know what to tell you. I guess we can just attack here. I'm not too worried about the fact that Toski can't do anything yet, because we still get the passive of drawing cards. So it's not really slowed us down too much. And the next turn we have a plethora of things to do. We get 2 forests here again. We'll crack another... We'll crack the map on the Scrap Gorger here. Goreclaw gives... I think it's too late for that now. We have end game cards, so let's see. I mean, if they board wipe, they get rid of everything but the Toski, then we can get rid of the Mesmerizing Dose. But yeah, the Sentinel might be new favourite card here. It's really cool. Naiad of Hidden Coves. Definitely some flavour today, definitely. Do we just win here? Oh, we'll go for Titan first. We'll destroy Artifact Enchantment, and we'll create another dude. Yeah, we'll just kill their blockers here. And also exile stuff from the graveyard to boot. And we can also crack the map. Somehow map cracking is map crackle and pop. Map crack and pop. Map cracking is good. That's all there is to it. Not sure how else to put that. And opponent is... Opponent roping me already. There you go, guys. Second of the game. Facing 3-color deck. Getting roped. Cool, dude. So, yeah. 50% of our experience so far is ropers. It didn't take long. It took 2 games to find a roper. And yeah, probably going to edit out some of this. People don't like waiting through this. I can wait understand this is the boring part of Arena. You could argue this isn't even Arena at this point. Okay, so the funny pass back. And I guess we'll just go for Tyrannosaurus Rex as this can't be countered. I mean, it's a bit of a non-game at this point, isn't it? I do wonder how other people kind of deal with ropers. I'm talking about the big YouTubers, when they... I guess they just don't show these games whatsoever. But I kind of like to do that because I want to shame people. It's my prerogative to do that. Samuel, you're just a bad sport, dude. Just quit or concede or move on. There's no point. And here's the thing, people are very quick to say that I'm I don't know. It's just what a better taste to leave. Game two. All right, game 3. Let's see if we can actually get a decent opponent from this using vehicles. Okay, so already got a turn 1 ramp, which is wonderful here. Always good to see. Turn 2 ramp as well. Paladin class. Glimpse the core. Let's get a forest to play. So yeah, once we get the Nissa out, I'm pretty confident. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if all goes well, we can get Nissa next turn if we really want to. Double forests. That was pretty quick, wasn't it?
I will aid you. Harness the elements.
We can swing in. And we can also go for the Scrap Gorger. That's so crazy. If you don't like this deck, Elliot, then I don't know what to say. No money spent. Ridiculous. Crew of 1. It's pretty cool. Mecha pilot. I mean, if they want to deal 3 to Nissa, I mean, maybe I just let them. Just to keep the Scrap Gorger alive, because eventually that's going to be big as well. Get the Toski out. A 2 mana. Vigilance as well. No, let's undo that. We don't want to attack just yet. Tap that just yet. So we attack. I've also just realised that the Scrap Gorger is really good against them because they want to get stuff back from the graveyard. So we could just fight. Feels a bit early to fight though, doesn't it?
The land shall conquer you.
We'll just wait for now. There's no aerial threats. We definitely want to save the fight for something in the sky. If possible, I mean, Thousand Moons Smithy. 4/4. Okay, well the Blizzard Brawl gives us +1/+0 if we have 3 Snowlands, which we do. Why do they crew that? We have Indestructible. I'm not sure what to say about that one. Because now they can't crew it in our turn. Oh, I guess they can crew it with the Gnome Soldier, can't they? Yeah, crew the boat, have a 3/3. I just can't believe that this is a rare. Like, how can a rare be this good? And they didn't crew it there. Okay, so we're definitely getting indications that these players, they might be a bit green, so to say. I mean, I know we're using a green deck, but
My elemental friend.
now we're going to swing in and draw 4 cards. Down to 8. Yeah, Toski's just ridiculous. And we get a Nissa. What on earth? That's so crazy. All this from 0. So I think it's safe to say that I've done a pretty decent job of making a viable deck within literally a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, given the very basic resources that I had to work with and the limited rare and mythic wildcards. Now, of course, that this is only enough to make 1 deck, but it just goes to show that with just a little bit of research, a bit of knowledge, I know that I've got over a decade of knowledge behind me here, but that's exactly why you're watching this video, right? If you need the help, this can be there for you. If you want to copy the deck list, it will be in the deck list in the description below to give it a go, see how you feel. In terms of opponents, it doesn't really look like the algorithm works that well. It's very nebulous. It's very hard to say because, as we saw from the opponents, they're all potentially very high power. The Sauron player probably had the most ridiculous amount of cards. And I mean, the One Ring and, you know, Palantir and all sorts of stuff. I mean, Sauron by himself is just pretty sure that's tier 1. To be perfectly honest, it's very high tier. I know that because when I use that, it's up there. So there's nothing I can do about the matchups. You're just gonna have to unfortunately slug through it, and your love of the game will have to trump any negative feelings. That's how I roll with this. The deck, personally, I couldn't really see any room for this to grow at the moment, just because I didn't have enough games. 3 games isn't enough of a sample size, but as you play more games, you'll notice certain areas where things have to change. But yeah, I think for my first run, this is a pretty successful deck. I really, really enjoyed using it, and the value that this guy gets from just anything hitting is crazy. Again, Nissa being a rare is absurd. This should be a mythic, and she's just so powerful, doubling your mana, creating blockers, untapping lands, creating more attack. It's just, it's kind of ludicrous. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this from zero to hero, basically. Nothing, not a single Historic Brawl deck, barely any cards unlocked, apart from the boosters we got from the email, so make sure to check your emails in the game. And I hope you enjoy this, Elliot. I'm sure that you'll enjoy beating me with this, because part of the reason I made this was because I wanted to play him, and he didn't want to grind, so I've made him this, which I think is pretty damn good. I think we're going to have some great matchups versus some of my decks. Probably more fun if you use it against friends with another monocolour deck, rather than someone with a 3-colour deck. It's just a bit more fair that way. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe. That's completely free. Come back for more tutorial videos. I have a lot of tutorial videos that you might want to check out. And if you do want to support the channel further than that, you can donate via Ko-fi, or you can become a channel member, where you get exclusive video to yourself. You get your own video dedicated to you, your own commander. Cool. Until next time. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.